Hey, hello again. My name's Sean Ryan. I always love Tuesdays at 8 o'clock because it means, of course, the Planet Cruise TV show. It's a show that's been running for, I think it's over 8 years now. And every Tuesday we bring you some of the hottest deals around. And tonight is no exception. We've got 6 deals and I've heard we've got some last-minute deals. Is that right, Glenn?
We have. We have got a few little cheeky late deals for August. People still not sure what to do with their holidays, so yeah, we've put 4 of those in as well.
Wow, it's a really good one.
It's going to be a busy show.
It really is. Glenn's back from another holiday, by the way.
Yes, I'm afraid so, yes.
With the family?
With the family, yeah, got a bit of colour on me, so yeah, first, I haven't even been back in the office yet. I've been away for 2 weeks, so back in tomorrow morning.
But I gather last week's show was very busy.
Yeah, speaking to the guys in the office, they were messaging me saying it's always busy, the shows anyway, and of course it depends on the deals that are on, but again, I don't see it being any different tonight, and with these extra 4 deals that we've got tonight, they're going to be busy in the office.
And we've got a Thomson deal coming up, haven't we?
We've got Holland America, one over to Canada.
Yeah, I love that one.
And we've got something cheeky with the Formula One.
We have, which was a top seller last year.
Top seller this year. This year.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But we've brought it back again for next year. It's going to be an escorted tour over to the Barcelona Grand Prix, and we'll be telling more information about that later.
I want to say thank you to all of you regulars tuning in, all of you new viewers as well. And a big hello to Sylvia and Simon and Doris, because I know Simon's mum is not well at the moment, so I hope she's on the mend as well. But I know they'll be watching the show. Good. Right. Should we start then?
Let's go.
Yeah.
We've got lots of paperwork to get through. It's going to be a busy one.
Well, we're going to start off with an amazing offer from Thomson. Whenever we bring you a Thomson cruise, you know Glenn.
Yeah.
Those of you that don't know Glenn, he'll be in the call centre tomorrow, won't you?
Yeah, I'll be back in there. I'm not starting until about 12 o'clock tomorrow, but I'll be in there tomorrow morning and getting back into it, and then I'll be starting 12. But the team are there till 10:30 tonight, ready.
And we know that the phone lines will be busy for this one. So let's give you a little taster of Thomson. Actually, before we do, let's just give you an idea of where you're going to be cruising to, actually, because it's a lovely cruise. We fly over to Malaga, don't we?
Yeah, we're going to fly over to Malaga on this one, and we're going to actually join the Thomson celebration, and this is going to be a 7-night cruise. So for people that haven't cruised before and maybe think, we're not sure what it's all about, this is a really nice introduction. But again, flying over to Malaga, the weather's going to be good there, and you're going to join the ship.
So although this October dates, you're right, you're flying straight over to the heat, aren't you?
Straight over to Spain, and then always nice on a cruise to have a relaxing day at sea. So for those of you that have never been on a ship before, it gives you the whole day to go and experience some of the bars, the restaurants, check out the spa, just do some sunbathing and just relax before obviously getting into 4 or 5 good ports of call. And
our first port, oh, this is a nice one, isn't it?
Into Mahon. Now, a lot of the ships, they don't always go, a lot of them go over into Palma and Mallorca. This is actually starting in Menorca, which is the slightly smaller, slightly quieter island of the Balearics.
I was there about 3 weeks ago.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, really
stunning. Loved
and
it.
It's a nice time of year to go, so it'll be a little bit quieter as well. Nice beaches, hopefully the weather will still be really good over there, and just a chance to chill out and relax, and a nice start to the cruise. From there we move over into the port of Marseille. Now, I was there last year in June, and this is really, really nice. So it's a nice opportunity to go into Marseille just to sit back, relax, and just take in the views. And when we were there, we just sat with a coffee. A couple of the big private yachts were there as well. They've got the market. It's just a nice opportunity to walk around the Marseille harbour, and that's your second port of call.
I think Keith Maynard, that used to present the show, I think he's got his yacht there now.
He probably has, yeah I'm sure. I'm sure it's a massive one as well.
No, it's Barcelona.
Now, we're then going into Barcelona. We're not going to talk too much about Barcelona because some of our deals a little bit later on are going to focus more on Barcelona. So we'll move on from Barcelona, but we'll talk about that later. Then into Valencia. Some people haven't been there before. Again, quite famous with its yachting ties in Valencia and the harbour area. Nice beach area there for you if you just want to chill out and relax. Beautiful Mediterranean Sea. You can walk around the back streets. You've got the old town and the new town as well. And it's just a stunning area just to chill out and relax. A lot of these places, to be perfect honest, you don't need to do tours in. You can just wander off yourself, meander around and just do your own thing and take it easy.
That's what I often do. Yeah. I love just, say, wandering around.
I mean, the ship will be offering tours. You can do tours anyway, but if you want to, just chill out and relax in Valencia. Then going on to Cartagena. Cartagena over on the east coast of Spain. Now, I used to have a house just along from Cartagena, so I know this area very well. The port, walk out to the left, you've got lots of bars and restaurants. Then you can actually walk into the back streets of the town, good shopping area, and also make a trip over to the amphitheatre. You've got the Roman amphitheatre in Cartagena, and that's really, really impressive to walk around.
It looks huge.
It's huge, and you can go into the amphitheatre, have a stroll around, into the museum, and this is a really good opportunity. So it's a nice continental coast cruise around Spain. Nice places to go and see, and again, good first-time cruise for many people.
And then, of course, back to Malaga and your flight to the UK. But we ought to have a look at this ship, don't you think?
I think we should have a look at the ship.
We should.
Exactly.
Well, she is, of course, the Thomson Celebration, really popular ship. Do you know, I was at the cruise show with Planet Cruise a few weeks ago, and the feedback for Thomson was incredible. Everyone loves the ships, they love the atmosphere, they love the great service, the great food, but above all, everyone has a good time, don't they?
Yeah, and I think they're very easy-going ships.
Yes.
You know, for people that think, oh, it's going to be formal nights and very... It's not like that at all. You've got the flexible dining on there, so you can go and dine when you want. And again, they always say the entertainment on board have been voted the best entertainment for that size of ship. Again, this year for Thomson, the staff, they've had staff there for years and years and years, so they tend to know the passengers that come back. And people walk on board and feel comfortable. That's the main thing with Thomson ships.
And you've probably noticed the price on this one, by the way. The prices start at $579, and with Thomson, all of your tips are included as well, aren't they?
They are. And the other thing with this one as well, deposit on the lead is only £75 per person. So if you want to get it reserved tonight, it's a great opportunity to do that. And then again, as I said, it's a really good... I think this is a really good first-time cruise for people that have not cruised before or want to break away after the kids have gone back to the school.
And I've got to say, I love going away in October because it's just starting to get a bit miserable here. You know.
And you're starting to get a bit tired of everything. And you just want a bit of sun on your back. And even today with the rain, we've had such good weather the last couple of weeks, and today you're like, oh, it's raining again. So this is a nice time to go there. But as I said, good ship, celebration, very, very comfortable. Guests love it, and the entertainment is second to none.
And a brilliant price, of course, tonight. Let's just have a look at the ship, a few little images.
We should. Let's have a look.
We should. Do you know what sort of size she is, Glenn?
Yeah, it's about a 2,000-person ship, so it's a mid-sized ship. And again, they're bringing in a few new ships again with Thomson, the Discovery 1 and 2 and the Explorer next year. But this is one of their older ships, but it's still been modernised, revamped, as you can see. And again, as I said, guests feel very, very comfortable on here. And, you know, it's not too big. It's not a 6,000 Royal Caribbean ship. It's just a nice size. And again, you've got the amphitheatre there and the Broadway shows to go and have a look at all the entertainment in the evening. But all different types of cabin, inside, outsides. So, and you can even go up to the deluxe suites if you want to. But it's a nice opportunity to do that, and a great lead-in price at $579.
Well, let's show you what's included. So, I mean, it's a brilliant deal, this one, because all your tips and service charges, so you don't have to worry about that at all. Return flights. Now, we've actually got a choice of these. London Gatwick, Luton, Cardiff or Bristol. That's based on the lead date, the 15th of October. But we've also got flights available from most other UK airports. So, again, just ask about those. Just supplements will apply. And this is great. If you want to extend your holiday, you can add on a 7-night hotel stay in Costa del Sol from only £369 per person.
That's really good. And you think if you add that onto the inside price, that's less than £1,000 for a 2-week
for 2
holiday.
weeks.
Really, really good value. But again, when you speak to the team, have a chat with them. They'll let you know if you want to fly from other airports, what the supplements will be for you. But again, Thomson are the best to fly around the country because they have their own airline.
But Glenn, would you say, I know you're going to be there tomorrow, 12 onwards, but would you say give us a call tonight for this one?
Always does, short. Doesn't matter. If people leave it, once they... Because it's like supply and demand. Thomson's will change their price at a drop of a hat.
True.
So once people start booking and they know it's busy, prices will start to creep up.
You've
and
got
that's what will happen.
Great price. You've got to imagine millions of people might be watching tonight. So
millions, eh?
We're in 20 million homes, at least.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, 20 million watching tonight.
When you're on, Glenn...
That's made me nervous.
When you're on, Glenn, there's always a big audience.
Thank you.
So, yeah, different prices. That I mean, very little more for the outside or the deluxe or even the suites, actually. So, again, just ask us about the different options that are available. Do you know, I still get... I've been, say, presenting the show 8 years. I think I've done about 24, 25 cruises. I've been very lucky. But I still get really excited every Tuesday.
And I think it's nice to see the different deals, because we always do... I mean, you've travelled the world, I've travelled the world, but we do a lot of cruises to places we haven't been to before. And again, this is one that...
This next one,
I know you really, really liked, didn't you?
And I don't think I can't remember ever having some of these ports on the show, but it's called the 13-Night Colours of Canada and New England. And it's a great chance... with Holland America to see beautiful autumn colours in New York, then over, of course, to Canada as well.
And this is the best time of year to go, because obviously the fall in this part of the world is stunning. It's the best time to go, and they've got some great deals on here. And again, with this one, we're also including a stay in New York at the start. So if you've never been there, we've done it as a 2-night stay. If you want to go 3, 4 nights, extend it, we can do that for you as well.
Well, we're going to have a look next at New York, where we're going to first of all, and then that gorgeous cruise with Holland America, which are, of course, 5-star.
So I'm here in New York City, one of my favourite cities in the entire world, and of course the city that, as Frank sang, never sleeps. And you can understand why, because there is so much to do and see. I'm sat here in beautiful Central Park with the amazing vista of the skyscrapers behind me, and the plan is that later on I'll be meandering up that way in the direction of Fifth Avenue and all the famous department stores like Saks and Bloomingdale's. But a weekend in New York isn't just about shopping. Of course, there are so many incredible sights to take in, such as the Statue of Liberty, Times Square, the Empire State Building. There are museums to visit, galleries to see, culture galore. And then at night, the food, Broadway, there's a hot ticket for anything that you might like to do. And in terms of finding your way around, it's easy. It all operates on a grid system, so even I can't get lost. And if all else fails, you just hail a typical New York taxi. It's all part of the experience.
I do love New York. I was there with my mum for her 70th birthday.
Yeah, and I think, you know, we've done it as 2 days, but I think if you're going to go and then you've never been there before, give yourself maybe 3 or 4 days while you're there, because it's worth it. There's so much to see, and you don't want to be rushing around. You might want to go and do a Broadway show on Empire State Building, Madison Square Garden. There's so much to see there, and just taking the atmosphere.
We tried to cram it in 2 days, but you're right, we could have done with a bit longer.
Yeah, I think even an extra, because you're tired anyway,
and you could sort that out with Planet Cruise.
Yeah, we just extend it an extra day and put an extra night stay in a hotel. That's absolutely. And normally the hotels we tend to pick are always in Times Square or just off Broadway, so
really
they're always
central.
4-star. So literally stumbling distance to get out into the centre of New York itself.
But after your stay in New York, you embarked this gorgeous ship, and she's 5-star.
5-star, always Holland America are. And I think that, speaking to people that haven't cruised with Holland America before, I think they sometimes feel it's a bit too formal for them and a bit more, not stuffy, that's the wrong word to say, but, you know, compared to some of the other ships. But we've just, and you're going to see the video in a moment, Chris went on board onto one of the new ones, the Koningsdam, and he was blown away with it because it is so different and the service is exceptional.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's have a look. Look, I've not cruised with Holland America, but again, heard some great things. So here's Chris to give you a little bit of a taster.
For more than 140 years, Holland America Line has been recognised as a leader in the cruise industry. With a fleet of 14 beautifully designed modern ships, incredible dining options from around the world, exceptional entertainment, and only the best in award-winning service, Holland America Line will take care of everything for you so that you can enjoy your cruise holiday in the utmost comfort. With so many options to choose from, dining on board a Holland America Line ship is truly an experience not to be missed. From simple favourites like burger and fries by the Lido Pool and personal pan pizzas from New York Pizza, to the pan-Asian flavours of tamarind and the Italian favourites of canaletto. You really are spoilt for choice. Or, if you don't fancy eating at one of the many restaurant options, then why not take advantage of the 24-hour in-room dining? If music and entertainment is your thing, then Holland America Line is the place to be. From live blues, jazz, classical music in the bars and lounges, through to stage shows and movies on board courtesy of cosy cinemas or an outdoor big screen, one thing's for certain, you won't be getting bored. But if it's something a little more relaxing you're looking for, then why not head over to the Greenhouse Spa for a bit of pampering? Or maybe take in a course or two at the Culinary Arts Centre where you can learn to cook like the professionals. If you're looking to keep your kids amused while you're off enjoying yourself, then Club HAL is the perfect place. With professional staff and loads to do, kids aged 3 and up will be very well accommodated on board. Holland America Line staterooms are havens of light space and elegance. All the staterooms feature the latest modern touches with flat-screen TVs with free movies on demand, luxurious Mariner's Dream beds, frameless shower glass doors, and modern wooden-fitted furniture, plus twice-daily ice service and even complimentary shoe shine. From interior and ocean view cabins through to family-friendly cabins and a wide selection of spacious suites, one thing's for certain, your stay with Holland America Line will be the absolute best in relaxation.
I think it's about time I tried Holland America, don't you?
Yeah, this is in fact the only one you haven't tried, isn't it?
There's a few.
Oh.
There's a few.
Isle of Wight Ferry.
I've done that.
I bet you had an aqua class on that as well.
No, I had a glass of wine, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, great ships, 5-star. But the destinations on this one really excite me. So we've had our stay in New York. We've embarked the MS Zuiderdam.
Zuiderdam, yep.
And then we've got a 10-night cruise. First day's at sea, isn't it?
Again, we mentioned it before. Always nice to have that day at sea, just to sort of chill out and relax.
Oh, I'll tell you what, though. We are going to Boston.
And then
I've always wanted to go to Boston.
Yeah, so of course when you go down into Boston, loads of things to see here. Beautiful views. Obviously, one of the places many people go to is the Cheers Bar, if you like the programme Cheers before. You've also got you could take it maybe a harbour cruise. You've got the Boston Tea Party Museum. You've got loads and loads of different things to do here. You can even take a trip over to Martha's Vineyard if you wanted to, where the rich and famous mingle, and maybe try a bit of wine tasting over there, so you're more than welcome to do that. But there's a lot to do there in Boston. Then we go into Bar Harbour. So again, we're making our way along the coastline there into Bar Harbour. And again, you've got the arcade Arcadia National Park, which is definitely a place to go and see, which is beautiful. Try a bit of maybe whale watching if you wanted to, but again, the main area there, and this time of year, as we mentioned before, is when the fall,
I'm
the
just
leaves,
looking there, yeah.
It's absolutely
it's
beautiful,
amazing, isn't it?
and it is the best time of year to go here. So if it's something, you know, it's a bucket list place to go and see, you want to do that, that's one of the areas to do that along that coastline. We move then up to Nova Scotia, Halifax in Nova Scotia, as you're making your way around. Beautiful scenery. The cruising on here is stunning, absolutely stunning. So if you're only going for an inside-outside, make sure you're out on that back deck on the arrivals and into the ports of call. But here you've got Peggy Cove, you can do the city tour. You can actually go to the Lawn Cemetery here. This is where 121 victims of the Titanic are buried. So that's quite an interesting place to go and see. But plenty of things to do in Halifax. Then up into Sydney, not Sydney, Australia, Sydney, Nova Scotia. Again, you can do very similar tours to what you did in Halifax. You can also do some kayaking, but again, the city there is quite interesting to go around and see. And a lot of culture, a lot of history there in the actual city. Then on to Charlottetown in Canada, up to Victoria Park. You've got the Province House. You've also got St Dunstan Basilica, which is very interesting to walk around. But again, a nice portside marina area. Stroll along the promenade there, taking the views, and again, taking the history and culture of this part of the world. Then into Quebec, and we're going along there into Saint-Guenay, which I know I've probably said wrong, but I do apologise. And again, this is a beautiful village into French country now, so the French is a heavy influence in this part of the world. And again, a beautiful field. So that's what I'm saying to you. Make sure you're on the back deck for those sail in and outs. Maybe if you feel a bit more energetic, take a bit of kayaking, or just go up into the woodlands, into the forest, and just taking those beautiful, beautiful sights.
I would honestly love to do this one.
Then a day at sea, and then you're into Quebec itself. So you've actually got Quebec City.
And we're overnight on board there,
we're
aren't we?
overnight on board there as well. But again, if you want to extend it a little bit longer, we can add flights on, the hotels stay there. You're over in this part of the world if you've got the time to do it. Maybe you want to, but you've got the St Lawrence River. You've got beautiful views there. This is an absolutely stunning, stunning cruise. And I think a lot of our clients and people that are watching it have never done this part of the world before, so it's a good opportunity.
And actually, when you factor in the flights and the 2-night stay in the 4-star hotel in New York, then you look at this cruise and you wait for nearly 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic price. And it's we call it a last-minute deal because, you know, it's only the 8th of September. It's not that long away, so the price is really good on that.
No, but we have a lot of our clients that do stuff sort of like June, July, and they cruise a lot, and they just always want something a little bit different. So you might not have tried Holland America before. You might not have gone to this part of the world before. Give this one a go.
Yeah. Oh, it's fabulous. Sadly, I know I will not get a holiday in September from that. But I'm really tempted. Beautiful ship, though.
Beautiful ship, very classical.
Yes.
Very classical ship, but it's still got that modern touch as well. So, again, it caters for all ages on there, and it's beautiful.
And they are 5-star?
5-star, they are.
Yeah, you can see
Food,
that, can't you?
level of service, entertainment on board is exceptional.
Well, let's just show you what's included on this one. So, as we mentioned, you get that 2-night stay in a 4-star hotel in New York. It will be a very central hotel. If you want to spend longer there, just ask the call centre tonight. That overnight on board in Quebec City and return flights from London as well. And the price tag is $1,899. We should say, by the way, for an outside, it's only £100 more, and the balcony is really good on this one.
Really good, yeah. And obviously, you know, we're very easy to say, oh, just keep spending more and more money. But the balcony, look at those sailing in and out, they are worth the money. But again, if you want to go for the inside and spend it on other things while you're there, take the inside, but go and see this part of the world. It's beautiful.
I'd be tempted. I don't know how many we've got left, but the outside is $1,999, so I'd definitely tempted
on
that.
an ocean.
Anyway, we better move on because we have got a lovely cruise coming up next with Princess, and it's the 10-night European Explorer from Rome over to Southampton. So I cruised with Princess about a couple of years ago.
You really like Princess?
I really did. Yeah, definitely cruised with them.
Yeah, we booked a cruise for next year to go with them, and they asked. Their ships are very, very similar. So if you go on one, they're quite similar. The way they build their ships, especially their new ones now, are quite similar. Each ship you go on. So if you've travelled with them a few times, once you walk on board, you sort of know your way around, which is nice. But again, 4-star plus 5-star, very, very good service on Princess.
I think I was on board with somebody that had done, I think, over 70 cruises with Princess.
People tend to go with Princess. If they've been with them once, they go back time and time again.
I'm aiming to do 70 cruises. But let's have a little look at the ship here. I mean, they are beautiful. Great service, you know, great facilities.
Well, they started the movies Under the Stars.
Yeah,
they were the first ones to do
and
that.
I love that.
Yeah, they've got to do that. And again, they're very into their food and culinary delight. So you have an array of restaurants to eat there, whether you want more formal or more informal. You've got speciality restaurants which you can pay a little bit extra for. But again, they still have the set dining times and the flexible dining, depending on what you want as a family. But again, they cater to everybody. That's the movie Under the Stars. They started that with the popcorn and the blankets and all that.
But I mean, imagine it, you know, as the sun sets, how magical that's going to be.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And again, as I said, depending on what you want to go for, you've got the inside, outside, balcony suites. They cater for all ages, all types on there. But they are very, very good. And if you've not done Princess before, I would thoroughly recommend trying one of them. They are very, very good chefs.
And so we've got another great price on this. It's under £900 tonight. Now we're flying you to Rome first of all on this one, aren't we?
So we're flying in from London. Again, just depending on what flights are out there. Obviously, we can look at regional airports for you as well, whether it's Manchester, Leeds, just depending on what.
It's always worth asking the question.
It is, yeah. I mean, London is generally the best price, and obviously there might be a bit of a supplement, but we'll look at the best for you. And we are doing a thing on here where for an extra £200 per person, you can add a 2-night stay in Rome. So if you've not done Rome before, maybe you've only done it on a port day, you know, where you run around in 6 hours and you want to see a bit more of Rome, this is a really good opportunity to do that for you.
Yeah, that's what I did Rome in a day. And
it's all right to see everything.
You can do it.
You can do it, but it is a bit chaotic. So if you can do the 2 days, that's better. Now, this is quite a traditional European cruise. Takes in some of the big ports of call. So starting off in Rome, and then we go into Livorno. Livorno's your gateway to go into Florence and Pisa. Livorno's okay, it's fine to walk around there, but I think if you've not been there before, they do a trip that's called Florence and Pisa on your own. And that's one I'd recommend. So it takes you to Florence for maybe 4 or 5 hours to walk around. Then it takes you to the Leaning Tower of Pisa to do that. So you can do both.
And the tour that I did, I think if I remember rightly, I did Pisa and then I did Lucca.
Lucca's stunning.
Which is gorgeous, yeah.
Stunning.
I'll be honest, I've never even heard of it. And then
no, it is beautiful, and they do nice wines over there as well. Then we go where the rich and famous, the playground there of Monte Carlo. Again, it's one where we attend a port in and you can stroll around. You don't need to do anything in Monte Carlo. You're actually on the racetrack where they do the Grand Prix. I would definitely recommend wandering around the casino. If you're going to go casino, you need to take your passport. Yeah. Gents need to have trousers, and also maybe sip a glass of champagne.
That's what I did.
In the Café de Paris.
I checked out the casino. It was amazing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but again, it's not cheap, but you are in one of the playgrounds of the world.
And the cars that you see.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, aren't they?
Just a quick story. I watched probably the most stunning woman in the world drive round in a blue Ferrari. She opened the door, it went up, and these long legs came out. She walked up, the whole place stopped to look at her, and as she got halfway up the steps, she tripped up the steps.
No!
Everyone cheered.
Oh,
karma.
God.
Absolute karma. Right.
Bless her.
Bless her, yeah. Then moving on from there, we're going to Barcelona. We're not going to talk about Barcelona because we're talking about that later. Then we've got a chill-out day on the ship, which, again, we mentioned before, is just nice to take in all the sights. Then we go to see the Rock and the monkeys over in Gibraltar. I always say this is 1970s England, Spain. It's a strange place, Gibraltar. Been in the news a lot the last few months with Brexit, but if you want to go and see what all the fuss is about, take the cable car to the very top, but make sure if you're with the monkeys you've got nothing in your pocket, because they'll take everything out.
Well, again, I was there on my last cruise and they were really well behaved.
What, the monkeys?
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, it was because of the beard.
Yeah, they thought I was one of them.
Related. They were like that. Here comes Daddy.
Actually, I can see that, yeah, same colour.
Then we go to Lisbon. Lisbon is a beautiful sailing under the 25th of April bridge. You've got the Christ the Redeemer statue on the left-hand side as you sail in. And I think people don't realise what Lisbon's like until you sail in, and it is stunning on the making your way in and on the way out. But when you go into Lisbon, go through the back streets, go on the yellow trams, right to the top of the hill, magnificent views, go up in the glass elevator, and you've got the beautiful Rosario Square there. So it's a nice place to go and see Lisbon. Then it's quite nice. You've got 2 chill-out days before making your way back into Southampton, and that's where you obviously disembark the vessel.
Oh, that's fab. Some great places there. And again, you get a lot included in that price. So if you do want to stay in Rome for a couple of nights before you cruise, we can do that from just £200 per person. The upgrade, if you can stretch to it, just for £10 extra per person per night, you can have an outside cabin. Makes such a difference to have all that natural light, to wake up and, you know, look out and see the exciting ports. And you get the outbound flight from London, of course, included. $899 is, of course, your price tonight. And that's going to be deposit only, of course.
Deposit only, yeah. But as I said, look at upgrading to Rome, because it is nice to spend a couple of days there.
It is nice to plan ahead sometimes, isn't it, and to have things in your diary.
Well, people always say, I can't believe people book cruises, but some people are so busy, they need to plan that time, and like yourself.
My hairdresser Lee, he has a tough job with me, but yeah, he's been counting the days for his, and it was like 89 days.
And now it's going less and less.
Yeah, now it's about 30 something. Now, we did promise you 4 last-minute deals. Now, what I'm going to say, because you know we know these are going to be really, really popular. Jot down the ID numbers on this, because it's going to help the call centre tonight.
It will be, yeah. These are going to be 4 late deals that we're going to have. We're trying to make them as clear as we possibly can. And when you call in the call centre tonight, if it's like the Cruise and Maritime late deal, just let them know, because they know exactly what they're looking for.
Because these will go, they'll be really busy. So let's just talk you through. This is the first one. And it's fab. It's an 8-night Irish and Scottish Highlands from Newcastle with Fred Olsen on board the Balmoral. Now, you get an outside for 679 on this one. The date there is August, which is normally really expensive. So it's the 6th of August. But you know me, I like to be all-inclusive. You can actually upgrade to all-inclusive from just £15 per person per night as well. And some lovely places there. You can see, you know, where Broadchurch, Harry Potter, you know, the sites where they've been filmed.
They are, and again, if you look at those places, one, it's nice to go from Newcastle, because a lot of the cruises go from there, but a lot of the places like Belfast and Dublin, people might not have been down to before, so a nice opportunity there. Falmouth, I was down there last week, so it's a stunning part of the world, and that's in August. All these deals are going to be in August.
Honestly, so that is brilliant for Fred Olsen, and we have another cruise that you're going to talk about now, which is a 2-weeker.
Now, this is a 2-weeker. Now, this is from Tilbury. This is my old ship, the Columbus, which was the old ocean village. I was on there a couple of weeks ago for the first cruise. This is a 14-night Canarian Islands and Madeira from Tilbury, with Cruise and Maritime departing on the 11th of August. So, normally with Cruise and Maritime, they don't have children on board, but for 3 or 4 cruises this year with Columbus, they are allowing children on board. Now, for August, the starting price is $949. But look at the kids' price, £199 per child.
So we worked out a family of 4 sharing a stateroom.
2,300.
Which for 2 weeks...
For 2 weeks in August.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and it's very difficult to get deals on that as well. So again, limited 3 and 4 berth cabins. That'll go quickly.
Yeah.
Great ports are called Tilbury, Gibraltar, Lanzarote, Las Palmas, Tenerife, Madeira, Lisbon and Tilbury again. So nice sea days. It's going to be nice and hot down there as well.
But it will fly, that one. Look at these dates. 11th of August, a brilliant price for 2 weeks for a family of 4 there. Then 2 more last-minute deals. We've got a 7-night summer Greek Isles cruise here. On board the Queen Victoria, and she's been recently refurbished.
34 million, yeah.
Just 34 million?
That's it, yeah.
She's going to look absolutely spectacular. Again, it's the 19th of August, and we've got an outside from 929 there. And this is 5-star at its very, very best. You get a free upgrade there to an outside at just 929. Amazing price for that one. And flights based in London, but you can fly from Manchester or Glasgow just for supplement there as well. It's a beautiful places.
And also that's got Santorini in it, which is one of the highlight ports in Europe.
Yeah. They're all lovely ports.
They're all lovely, but Santorini's in there. And then finally, we've got a 7-night classical Greece from Dubrovnik. Again, the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Dubrovnik. This is on the 31st of August. And this one's got a free upgrade to outside cabin. Return flights from Gatwick plus all overseas transfers. Great ports of call, and some of the places you might not have been to before. Dubrovnik, then down into Corinth, Kataklon for Olympia, Corfu. Kotor is amazing if you've not been there before, and then, of course, back into Dubrovnik for your flight back.
So if you want to book this, just say it's one of the last-minute specials. The ID numbers have been on the screen there, so don't forget, if you want the Queen Victoria, it'd be 116922, and yours, Glenn?
Was 143778, and that's on the Thomson Spirit.
Brilliant. Right. Time for a river cruise, I think, don't you?
We do. We like putting a river cruise.
Yeah, and they're becoming more and more popular, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, we as a company, we really started selling them a couple of years ago, and we work with all the companies, and they all vary. But of course, there's only so many rivers people can go down, you know, on here. But this is Amadeus, so this is a new river cruise company that we're working with. We class this as 4-star. On this one, and again, this gives you drinks with your meals, which is really, really good. They've got optional excursion packages that you can add on, but these are beautiful, beautiful ships.
So complimentary drinks and meals, Wi-Fi, and bicycles on board that you can use as well. Not to cycle around the ship.
No.
But
we'll get first gear.
But absolutely beautiful ships. And stay tuned for all of our single ladies and gents. We have got some amazing single prices with no supplement whatsoever,
which is really good.
Yeah. Only few. So stay tuned. We'll give you those in a second. This looks stunning. Right?
Beautiful, beautiful ship.
Beautiful.
All the river cruises, to be quite honest, are such a high standard. But again, with these ones, because you've only got 100, 120 people on board, it's a more personal service. And again, you just feel a little bit some of these big ships, you become a number. You know, there's thousands of people on there with the crew. These aren't beautifully designed rooms. And again, you've got a choice of staterooms that you can go for in here. So you've got the river views, you've got the French balconies, all going up into the suites. Now, I would recommend when you're looking at the river cruises, the main highlight is the cruising. Along the places that you're actually going and seeing. Of course, this one's along the Rhine. So I would definitely recommend going for a French balcony if you can. The river views are okay. There's small porthole windows. And again, if that's what the budget stretched to, that's what you're going to go for. But really, you don't want to be missing anything out when you're cruising, because unlike some of these ocean cruises that we've just been talking about, 2 or 3 days at sea, you know, it's just going to be ocean. You've got a moving area the whole time. So you're constantly looking. So either sitting in the bar or into your suite and cabin, you get a chance to see this all the time, and this is what I'm saying to you. It's amazing.
I still haven't done a river cruise, but I really want to.
They're a lot more sedate compared to some of the ocean cruises. You know, they haven't got the West End style shows and rock climbing walls. But if that's not what you're into, or maybe you've done a lot of the ocean cruises and you want to try something a little bit different, these are very, very popular.
Well, let's give you a little taster of some of the lovely places you're going to be seeing.
So this one's going to start in Basel in Switzerland and then go all the way through to Amsterdam. Now, again, this is taking you about 500 miles through the Netherlands, Germany, France, to the Alps of Switzerland as well. With this, you have castles, vineyards, villages, cathedrals, all the way along the Rhine Gorge, which is stunning. You've got some German hospitality in the riverside towns. You've got a taste of France in Strasbourg. And, of course, you've got a chance to discover Basel, the cultural capital, where France, Germany and the Swiss borders meet. So that's just a little bit of an overview of the cruise itself. But from Basel, we're going to make our way down into Strasbourg as we sail along. And remember, as we sail along, constant moving scenery for the whole time. And a lot of the time, the cruise directors on there will give you information about the ports of call we're going to. And, of course, there are the optional tours to take on here. This is a lovely old port. You've got the famous cathedral. Beautiful wooden,
pretty,
wooden style, the bridges to stroll across. And they do walking tours here. So, again, small groups going out around the village and the town to have a look around. And, again, that's the main square and the church. Then into Mannheim, you've got the Heidelberg University, also located on the Neckar River. You've got the Romanesque Imperial Cathedral, the Water Tower, the university grounds itself, and again, just a chance to stroll around and take in the beauty of this part of the world into Germany. Then we're going from there into Mannheim onto our next port of call, which is going into Rüdershelm. And again, a walking tour will be included on this one for you to stroll around, take in the views, and again, look at the countryside there. Again, if you like the vineyards, you like a glass of wine there, you've got a chance to try that as well.
I love the way you're looking at me when you talk about wine, Glenn.
Well, it's sort of like looking in the mirror, really. We're both partial to the odd glass.
We are.
Then we go on to, I think it's Koblenz, which is the next port of call that we're going to. And again, remember when you're docking here, they're not huge ports of call, so you're actually docking in the village, in the towns themselves, so it's very easy to go across.
And you can just wander on and off,
Of course you can. You've got the cable car there, beautiful views. You look at the castle. It's like something out of a film that you'd see there.
You can really see how it must be such a relaxing experience.
And this is right in the middle of the Rhine Valley as well. So and again, if the weather's good, stunning views. Make sure you've got your cameras and video cameras primed to go. There's some stunning views. Then into Cochem, and again, this is along the Mosel River, and again, located in the heart of the wine tasting area. So again, if you do like your wines, you have a chance to try a little bit more wineries. But again, walk around the old church, the village. It is beautiful, beautiful area. And this area was where Beethoven was born. This is his birthplace here. So again, they'll have museums and different places to visit if you're interested into that as well. Then into Cologne. We move on to Cologne from there. And again, you've got the city walk there, you've got the museum, you've got the largest collection of Beethoven artifacts and general information there. You've got the cathedral, so you can stroll around there, and your guides will take you around and give you more information as you go through that. But Cologne is a very lively city, and again, a little bit different from some of the other places that you're going into. And then back into Amsterdam. Now, I think on this one, we've actually got an overnight in Amsterdam.
Yes, we have,
on this one. So, again, you've got a chance to go and experience Amsterdam. I was there a couple of weeks ago on my cruise, and it's still got everything going for it. Now, this time of year, if you're going sort of about March time, this would be really good for Keukenhof and the tulips. That's when they're going to be in their prime state. So I definitely
As we can see, Glenn.
Thank you very much. It's seamless, this is tonight. But again, when you go and see the tube, it is worth a trip. And because you've got 2 days there, you've got a chance to do that.
I mean, I'd love that, 'cause as many of you know, I'm really into my gardening, so yeah,
it's
I'd love
stunning.
that.
And then, of course, in the evening, you can go over to Amsterdam, you can see what all the fuss is about, walk around the red light district, you can go into the main square, you've got Madame Tussauds, loads and loads of things to do in Amsterdam. And also, possibly worth pre-booking it if you're going to do it. If you want to go to the Anne Frank Museum, that gets very, very busy.
And then you disembark, and of course, you transfer to the airports included, and you fly back to London on this one. Let's just look at this gorgeous ship. She's called the Amadeus Silver 3.
That's right.
Or the 3rd, I should say.
It is, and it's a beautiful, beautiful ship. And you can see it's all sort
Oh,
of
it's
panoramic
really
bars,
nice.
so it's just
Yeah.
chilling out. It's not, as I said, the big shows, and it's not hectic. It's very chilled out. They focus a lot on their cuisine, their food, their service. And for people just to sort of take it easy and relax, because what you want to be doing is when you've come back from a day, is just sitting there as they're sailing along, just taking in those views.
And there's
now,
the
that's
French
balcony.
balcony, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you can stretch to that, go for the French balcony. The suites are stunning as well, but the river views, the windows are quite small, so you're going to miss out on a little bit. So if you can go for the French balconies, I would definitely advise that.
But beautiful outside space there as well.
And very modern as well.
Yeah,
very
I can see. Very nice. Right, let's just show what's included. Also, I'll give you the prices because you will get complimentary drinks. Now, that's with your meals. You've also got Wi-Fi and bicycles, as we mentioned, to use, not on the ship, but in some of the ports. There is no single supplement on single cabins. That's really important. We get so many of you every single week asking about single deals. This is a brilliant single deal. So optional excursions, you can get some packages. They are available to book as well. Return flights based on London. And, you've got the optional Eurostar and regional flights available as well.
Yep, so
Brilliant.
speak to the team about that. They'll make a few calls in the morning and let you know the prices.
Well, talking of prices on this one, we have got prices starting at 1199. Now, that's for the river view. If you can stretch, the French balcony is so impressive, isn't
Very
it?
impressive, yeah.
And the single price, look, there is no supplement. There are, you know, as ever, there are only so many singles available, not many at all, ever.
No, exactly, and they're available at the moment, and you can see the prices in there. And again, even that May price is an even nicer time of year to go. But again, I would look at that March time, especially with Amsterdam with the tulips, because that would be a nice time of year to go.
But yeah, definitely give us a call right now for that one, especially say for the single price, because it will go. That's a look lovely, that one. Really nice. But Norwegian Cruise Lines are our next cruise, and some of you will know that recently they've gone premium all-inclusive, so you don't have to worry about drinks, tips.
No, I mean, the last couple of years, I mean, they introduced their all-inclusive drinks package, which was great, but their tips you still had to pay for with Norwegian. And again, that amounts up. If there's 3 or 4 of you in a cabin per day and you're on a longer cruise, that's quite expensive. They've now included it all on there for you, so you've got your drinks and your tips included.
And this say was one of the top sellers for this year, because it's obviously including the Grand Prix experience.
It has. So you've got the cruise to start with, which is a great Mediterranean, all-inclusive, tips on there, and then you know at the end of it you've got a 2-day stay in Barcelona, chance to explore that, and of course go to the Grand Prix.
Yeah, but honestly, we were talking about this last year. I remember featuring it on the show, and the price started off. Yeah, it was good, but it sold so well. It just it went up and up each time we featured it.
We will have a group, because we're escorting it. We'll have a group allocation, which means we get prices for the flights, and once they start to run out, then obviously the prices start to increase. So, you know, people always say, "Oh, we'll leave it to the last minute." It's not going to happen.
Not on this one,
and especially with the tickets for the Grand Prix.
Yeah. So, yeah, book tonight. If you missed out last year, book tonight. But anyway, we've got you again.
Me and Keith on our honeymoon.
Yes. Here's Glenn on board with our lovely Keith Maynard, who also says hello, by the way, on board to show you a little bit more.
If your idea of a cruise is dim lighting, string quartets, tuxedos and ballroom dancing, then prepare to be challenged, because this cruise line is so laid back, it's almost horizontal.
Welcome to the most fun and relaxed cruise experience you're ever likely to encounter, where the entertainment never stops and the excitement just keeps on building. Welcome to freestyle cruising. Welcome to Norwegian Cruise Line. There's more restaurants than days of the week, and you can enjoy food from all over the world and dine and dress as you please. From trendy French bistros to steakhouses and sushi bars, Norwegian Cruise Line offers tons of choice. If you're a vegan, vegetarian, high carb, low carb, or gluten-free, it's all covered.
Remember, this is freestyle cruising, so wherever your mood and whatever the occasion, there'll be a bar that fits the bill. With sports bars and whiskey bars, martini bars and champagne bars, alfresco bars and wine bars, bars with music and bars with sport, even ice bars. one thing's for sure, you definitely won't go thirsty.
Imagine playing Nintendo Wii on a 2-story high screen, or challenging a friend on the all-new Aqua Racer. Visualise eating world-class cuisine while acrobats tumble down on silks around your table. Or simply enjoying a beer as comedians make you smile with dedicated comedy clubs. Picture yourself singing along as dueling pianos compete, or settling into your own seat for one of the Tony Award-winning shows. Whether you're a single cruiser, holidaying with all the family, or planning a group cruise, you'll find something perfect for you.
Norwegian Cruise Line offers one of the widest selections of accommodation in the industry. There are exclusive suites where you have your own private sun deck, along with brilliant interjoining family staterooms that are cleverly located near all the kids' facilities, and balcony staterooms where you wake up to a different view every morning. But it's in the studio staterooms where Norwegian are head and shoulders above the competition.
We were just saying, we really like Norwegian Cruise Lines, you know, loads happening.
No, I think it fits into its niche, so it's freestyle dining, you go and eat when you want. It's no dressing up at night time, so you can just, you know, smart casual. Now they've included the drinks, the tips, good for families, kids. It's for every age group on there.
And you've got the Grand Prix on this one. So anyway, you're on board. We're going to fly you from London Gatwick to Barcelona. And you've got a first day at sea, and then it's Naples, isn't it?
Into Naples, yeah. So that's famous with Pompeii, Vesuvius, Capri. Loads of things to do there. Research it, because one day's not long enough in Naples, but you really want to pick the best one. Most people tend to go to Pompeii. That's the highlight.
Yeah,
but, you know, you can have a hike up Vesuvius or whatever you want to do. Then we go on to another one of the big ports called Civitavecchia, which is the gateway to going to Rome. You're an hour and a half from Rome. So again, tours like Rome on your own are really good, where they take you there, leave you in Rome for 6 hours, you go and explore, and then they bring you back to the ship. Or you can take the train, whatever you want to do, but a lot of people like doing that. That's a good one. And then we've already spoke about Livorno. That's for Florence and Pisa, so again, whatever one you want to do there. Then into Cannes. Now, of course, this time of year, I think you're there, don't quote me on this, the week before the festival.
Oh, so it'll all be
it'll all be getting ready. When we were there a few years ago, you had the red carpet was already being laid outside the main theatre. So you really do feel, and this part of the world at this time of year is really buzzing, because again, the same sort of time is going to be the Monaco Grand Prix. So that whole area is buzzing.
Could be quite a few celebrities there.
There could be. Then into Palma, one of my personal favourites, of course. That's in Mallorca. And again, you're going to dock in the main port there. Out to the right will take you straight into the centre of Palma, to the Gothic cathedral, over to Soyer, go and see Magaluf or Santa Ponsa. Loads of different places to see in Palma. And then from there, you arrive back into Barcelona. And of course, that's where the fun starts for the Grand Prix lovers.
Yes. So you've got a 2-night stay in a 4-star hotel. And the highlight of this is going to be, of course, the Spanish Grand Prix, isn't it?
No, it's like whenever you get a sporting event going on in an area, it's always going to be buzzing.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, it's like being in Vegas for a fight or something like that. But again, we've hosted this now for the last couple of years, so we tend to take the people. Now, when we say we host it, you're not sort of taken around, but it means that the staff are there to put you on the buses, to take you to the Grand Prix. You can ask them any questions. You feel a little bit more secure when you get there. And of course, we'll then take you down into the Grand Prix, and of course, that's what you'll make your way in. You've got your tickets included in this one. Grandstand seats, which are very, very
brilliant.
Good. Really good location for them as well. And again, Jade and some of the team there are directing them, so that's what we did last year, which was very popular.
And honestly, it was a top seller last year, and we know that if it sells well tonight...
Welcome to the Barcelona Grand Prix. We're here in the Gold VIP Suites, right above the finishing line. You can probably hear the cars going past. Here in the Gold VIP Suites, the cerveza and tapas are flowing almost as fast as the cars which are going past. And we're here today as part of a cruise and stay package. Firstly, we had a nice little cruise around the Mediterranean, and then we got here and got off into Barcelona, which is full of excitement at the moment, because the F1 is a thrilling thing to be a part of. This is one of the best ways to do cruising. Call it cruise and stay. And when you're staying, why not be part of an F1 package? I am, and I'm loving it.
Oh, that was AJ there. So I got carried away talking, didn't I? I forgot he was coming up.
We've been planning that for weeks.
I know, so, well, you know, we are live. But what a great package this is, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And again, the people just really like it. They know we're there to look after them. And I think if you want to go to a Grand Prix, you know, we do other ones. We do Singapore, we do Abu Dhabi, but this one is a really good chance to see Barcelona and have that cruise at the start.
Yeah, fabulous. Anyway, loads included, don't forget. So, premium all-inclusive. So that's all your top drinks, isn't it?
That's all your top drinks, yeah. Beers, wines, spirits.
All your service charges, gratuities, you don't have to worry about a thing. That fully escorted land stay, that F1 experience with seated grandstand tickets, and you're going to be, of course, 2 nights in a 4-star hotel in Barcelona. Ooh, this sounds nice. And rooftop drinks.
Reception.
Yes, very nice. And return flights based on London. Now, let's talk about those drinks, Glenn.
Yeah, so with the drinks, this is their new...
It's a good one, this one, isn't it?
This is great. So it's basically everything included on there, up to a certain price. So your beers, your wines, they'll have loads of different cocktails. If there's any that aren't included in your package, you'll have one very, very similar. And of course, you also have children are offered unlimited juices. Service charges are included on that one, and also your specialty coffees in the restaurants as well, which is really, really good.
So again, you know, it just means you don't have to worry about what you're spending on this one, and a great choice. We know, say, last year it was a top seller, so get it tonight if you can. Just, I'm looking at the date. That's going to be deposit, isn't it, Glenn?
Deposit only on this one, yeah. And we'll get it all booked, all reserved for you, and then it's done. You can save up your pennies for when you need to go over there in May.
Well, our final cruise tonight is actually a cruise I did last year, very similar with Celebrity, and I've got to say, I think the price on this for Celebrity, it's over 2 weeks. I think it's amazing.
This is cheaper than some of their Mediterranean cruises.
Isn't it?
It is. It is really,
it's a really low price. Yeah.
The Constellation is a beautiful, beautiful ship. And, of course, this one's taking you over. This is doing Koh Samui, Thailand, and, of course, Vietnam. So this is taking you into Singapore. And this one's...
Honestly, it's one of the best prices we've seen for a long time with Celebrity.
Really, really good.
So we start off, we fly you to Singapore, and you've got 2 nights in a 5-star hotel. I love Singapore.
Now, again, with this one, this is another one of bespoke packages. So we've got Gardens by the Bay, which is like something out of Avatar if you've never been there. You've got the Marina Bay Sands, which is the new hotel with the infinity pool at the top. I would say 2 days is not long enough in Singapore. I think if you can do an extra day or 2, it's worth doing because there is so much to see. Sentosa Island and plenty of stuff to do. That's Marina Bay Sands, that's the hotel.
Honestly, and the whole area, everything is so clean and immaculate.
One of the cleanest cities in the world.
Yeah, even honestly, seriously, all the shrubs look like they've just been pruned every day.
Beautiful. But again, this one includes a 2-night stay. I would say probably extend it at least 1 day if I could. And then from there, that's where you're going to have your 2-day stay, and then you're going to embark the ship for your 12 nights of cruising.
Well, I do know the Celebrity ships very well. I think I've done 7 or 8 Celebrity cruises now. 5-star modern luxury. They win so many awards, don't they?
They do, and they're classy ships. I mean, again, they're part of the Royal Caribbean brand, but again, I think they cater more personally for more couples. That's what I normally say, because I just think they're really. The food and the service on there is exceptional. People that tend to go, well, you're a prime example. People that tend to go with Celebrity go with them time and time again. Yeah. And again, you've got...
Oh, there's Blue, by the way. If you go Aqua Class, you have Blue restaurants every single night. Amazing. 5 courses, a very clean cuisine, actually.
Well, you say once you go on Blue, you never go and eat in any other restaurants, do you?
No, I didn't, actually.
No. It's really... But there are plenty of other dining opportunities on there. And again, they brought all new shows on board the ship, which are West End-style shows. And, you know, I'm only going from what people tell us every time. Once they've gone Celebrity, they tend to go back time and time again. And as I said, Sean's a prime example of that one.
And the Martini Bar, one of my very, very favourites.
I think you've got a plaque there, haven't you?
You've got my own seat, yeah. Anyway, so you've embarked the gorgeous Celebrity Constellation. You've got a day at sea.
Yeah, and then you're going into paradise, over to Koh Samui. I holidayed there a couple of years ago. They used some of the scenes on here for the beach. The Leonardo DiCaprio.
Remember.
But again, if you like your beaches, you just want to go to paradise, they'll do trips on excursions. But I think this to me is your main beach area of Koh Samui. And I think if you want a bit of this paradise island, it is absolutely stunning there. But they do boat trips, beaches, whatever you want to do there. A lot to see in Koh Samui. Then we go on to Bangkok and into Lam Shabang. Now, this one here is a bit different. You've got 2 overnights in Bangkok. Now, to get from Lam Shabang into Bangkok, it's quite a trek. It's a couple of hours' drive, so normally the tours are ways to go here. But again, lots of stuff to see. Take one of the boat trips along the river. You can actually take a trip over to the River Kwai, the bridge of the River Kwai, which is the famous area. You can go into the Grand Palace, Wat Arun, the riverside temples. Loads of stuff to see. And, of course, you've got the night time as well, bartering, haggling for your shopping. If you like any clothes, you'll pick up loads of stuff there. And, again, to have 2 nights there, there gives you plenty of time to explore.
Because it can be a bit of a rush, can't it?
Especially if you're doing it in one day. Yeah, most ships will always give you 2 days. This is actually giving you like 3 days, 2 nights there, so it's well worth doing. Then we head from there, another day at sea, nice to chill out after a busy few days. Then into Nha Trang, into Vietnam. So this is your first taste of Vietnam itself. And again here, Nha Trang Bay is spectacular. And again, another great place there if you want to go and do some snorkeling, the swimming. Great beaches. Bay Dong Beach is one of the best beaches along there. Just chill out in a hammock. That could be you there in there.
I loved Vietnam. I really did.
And it's still so cheap to eat
there.
And when you try and work out the conversion rates, you think, is that really what I've just paid for that meal? It's phenomenal. Then into Hue, again, along the coastline, you're making your way down. Up the coastline, then up into Hue. And again, you have the opportunity there to go and do maybe one of the city tours. You can do a dragon boat cruise, which is very, very popular. And again, famous for the beaches, the temples, and again, a lot of history. The guys that you go out with will give you a lot of history about this part of the world. Then from there, we go into Ho Chi Minh, day at sea, then into Ho Chi Minh for your last destination there. Now, this is one that will really take in parts of the Vietnam War if you're interested in sort of modern history. Definitely a trip to the Ho Chi tunnels is a must. You can go to the War Remembrance Museum, which is a very sombre place to go to, but very interesting. And then, of course, you've got the modern city in the evening. It's amazing how the two have changed over the last sort of 40 or 50 years. But again, that's Vietnam. Then a day at sea, and then back to Singapore, and then obviously from there you're going to disembark and make your way home.
Again, I'm just looking at the price. You know, what would return flights to Singapore cost alone? Then you've got your 2-night stay, and then this amazing cruise.
Exactly.
Fantastic value.
It's really, really good value on there, and it's a stunning part of the world.
And I can honestly say, you know, I've stayed in all sorts of different staterooms of celebrity, from the inside the ocean view, the balcony, aqua class, and you will be really well looked at.
Yeah, and I'd also try some of the other specialty restaurants as well, because they are beautiful, and the Tuscan Grill is one of the best.
They're all good, aren't they? They're all
good.
Actually.
It just depends what you like.
Yeah. There's a martini bar. And the rooftop, look at this. Now, I've not been on the rooftop terrace.
No. Look at that. But you've been to
that's from the new editions, that's why. Yeah, very nice.
But they're always updated.
Oh, I've been on these now. I've spent hours lying on one of those.
4:30 in the morning.
Not that bad. Anyway, let's see what's included. So, as I mentioned, amazing value, this one. One of the best deals. I do think this will fly. One of the best deals we've had with celebrity. 2 nights in a 5-star hotel in Singapore. The 2 nights... the overnights, don't forget, in Lam Shabang for Bangkok. And if you want to extend your trip, we can do that as well, can't we?
Yeah, we do have other packages that does places. You can go to Borneo to see the orangutans, Angkor Wat, which is proving to be very, very popular. Or you might just want to chill out on the way back and stop at Bali, because that's a nice opportunity there, and prices on that will be very good. The team can tailor-make stuff for you, what fits in with your schedule, but at the moment we can do that for you.
I'm sure I paid a lot more, you know.
I'm sure you did.
I think I did, honestly. It's really good, that one. Anyway, we are sadly nearly out of time, so let's just recap everything that we've seen here tonight with Planet Cruise. We started off, of course, with Thomson on board the Celebration. Brilliant price, $579. All your tips and service charges included. The lead date there is the 15th of October, and you have got a selection of flights on that date as well. So Gatwick, Luton, Cardiff, or Bristol, based on the lead date. If you want to add on that 7-night hotel stay in Costa del Sol, you can do that again for only £369 per person.
Makes it a nice package.
Yeah, very nice.
Then moving on to our next one, we had our Holland America, which was our stunning trip over to New York and then down to Boston and through into Canada. Great place that many of you have been there before. This is our 13 nights Colours of Canada and New England. You've got your 2-night stay in New York there. You've got the overnight on board in Quebec City and return flights from London, plus all overseas transfers, 1899 for the lead date on the 8th of September.
And then we moved on to Princess Cruises on board the fabulous Sapphire Princess. It's the 10-night European Explorer from Rome back to Southampton. And don't forget, if you want a few extra nights, pre-cruise in Rome, we can do that from just £200 per person. And really worth upgrading. You can get an outside for just an extra £10 per person per night on that one.
Then we go on to our river cruise. We've got Amadeus, which is the first time we featured it on the show. And again, this is a nice time of year to go, 31st of March. You've got complimentary drinks with the meals, Wi-Fi and bicycles on board. No single supplement on the single cabins. Optional excursion packages, return flights from London. And also, if you don't want to fly, you've got the optional Eurostar and regional flights and the available supplement as well. 1199, lead date 31st of March next year.
And we know the next one's going to be really busy tonight. It's with Norwegian Cruise Lines on board the Epic. She's a fabulous ship, actually. Yeah.
Really good. Yeah, good for the whole family.
But premium, all-inclusive, so massive selection of drinks, all your service charges, all your gratuities as well. It's fully escorted, so you do get that land stay and the F1 experience with seated grandstand seats there. So that ticket is included. And the 2-night stay in the 4-star hotel in Barcelona with that rooftop drinks reception as well.
And then we finish the show with that nice little deal going over to Koh Samui, Thailand and Vietnam on the Constellation. $13.99 lead date on the 26th of Jan 2018. You've got 2 overnights on board in Lam Shebang, 2 nights stay in a 5-star hotel in Singapore, and of course if you want to extend your trip you can add things like the Borneo orangutans, Angkor Wat and Bali, return flights from London plus your overseas transfers.
But hang on, Glenn, didn't we have some last minute specials as well?
We did, so we had a couple of those as well. Looking at the screen up there.
Well, 4 of these, and this is these are the first 2. So, great one with Fred Olsen on board the Balmoral. Last minute deal, that one, because it's the 6th of August. In fact, all of these are August dates, normally really expensive, but we've got an outside starting at 6, 7, 9 there, and some lovely places. The ID number for that one, if you want to book it, do it tonight if you can, 116456.
Then we move on to the 14-night Canary Islands and Madeira from Tilbury on my old cruise ship, the Ocean Village, which is now called Columbus. Departs on the 11th of August. That's $949 per person and $199 for the kids, which is a great value. The ID on that is 115676, and this will take you down to the Canary Islands. And I would suggest, we did it last week, they've got a new captain's table on there, which if there's a few of you on board, make sure you book that early. Really, really good value.
Sounds very nice. Yes. And then we also had the 7-night summer Greek Isles cruise there on board the Queen Victoria, who's just had $34 million.
Or pounds, doesn't make a difference, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of money.
It doesn't make much difference with the exchange rate nowadays. But anyway, a lot of money has been spent on her, and she, of course, she's 5-star. And you can, for that price, get an outside, because you are getting a free upgrade there. Flights based on London, but we have got flights from Manchester or Glasgow for a supplement there as well.
And finally, we've got our 7-night classical Greece from Dubrovnik on the Thomson Spirit. ID for this one is 143778. Free upgrade to outside cabins, return flights from Gatwick, and nice ports of call on that one. So that all sold very, very well.
Now, if you didn't see a cruise that you fancy tonight, do not worry. With Planet Cruise, you can find any cruise on any ship.
Yep, we'll look for you. As long as you've got an idea of what you want to spend and when you want to go, and then that helps us.
And Glenn, just very quickly, why Planet Cruise?
Because a lot of us have worked on board the ships before. We are sales consultants, but we don't try and sell you a cruise. We listen to what you want, and then we try and find the best cruise for you. The prices are on the website. You know, just give us an idea of what you want, and we'll do it for you. But if you're looking at August now, it's so busy. You know, there isn't much available. That's why those deals are so good.
Now, Glenn, you're going to be back in the office tomorrow after 12.
12 o'clock tomorrow.
But the team are there to take your calls right now, open till 10:30 tonight.
10:30 tonight, and I think it's going to be a busy one tonight.
Yeah. Glenn, thank you. So you're with us next week, aren't you?
I am, yeah, 2 on the trot.
Yeah, we will see you next week. But don't go anywhere. Loads more coming up straight after.